why intentional movement changes everything after 50. Movement in the body is honest language. Before words, before thought, we moved. We curled up, we reached, we turned toward what it was that we wanted and away from what hurt us. And somewhere between deadlines and daily life, we stopped noticing our own movement. Now we're just telegraphing to the world. You can see it in others. The lifted chest of confidence, the slump of exhaustion, the tight jaw of someone holding too much. Our bodies speak even when we don't. If you've ever felt stuck in your body, your energy, your joy, your life, the cure might not be more effort. It might be one deliberate step, one conscious breath, one turning toward what you've been avoiding. Because when you move like you mean it, you not only stretch your muscles, you rewrite your memory. This episode is the final part of the Body Trilogy. 3 connected conversations about communicating with you, your body, all of you, in midlife. Each one stands alone, but together they tell a full story. In episode 1, I talked about the importance of listening and how to listen. In episode 15, or 2 of this series, I talked about how we can show up so that we know what our body's been tracking. And in this episode, the third one of the 3, episode 16, is where knowing becomes doing. In this last episode, we explore how your body keeps score. Today, we're learning how to change the game. And when I say intentional movement, I mean simply moving on purpose, noticing what your body's doing instead of letting habit take over. I had a tango student, John, who could not turn to the left. There was a specific move that he wanted to do, and it required turning to the left. He couldn't do it. Every time we reached that moment in dancing, his body froze. There was a half beat of hesitation, and then I could feel a stiffness that happened in his body. At first, I thought it was mechanical or maybe balance or coordination, but we slowed it down and allowed him to really notice and feel what was happening in his body. He quietly said, "It's uncomfortable." So we stayed with that for a while, not forcing it, not giving him any correction. I let him breathe and decided how he wanted to move to the left, and let the turn come from the decision, not from the habit of the way that he was holding his body. He exhaled, shifted his weight a little bit in the embrace, and then for the first time, he turned to the left, slowly, intentionally, and beautifully. A single tear came down his cheek. And in that moment, the body did what words couldn't do. It told the truth. He whispered, "When I was young, my mom told me I would never be a dancer and that I wasn't good at anything." The left turn broke something open in him, not just the movement, but his story. He'd forgotten all about that until we went through it with that movement. And what happened over him the next several weeks was really amazing. Initially, he started walking a little bit different. His posture was a little more open. He was moving with more confidence. His laugh showed up a lot more than before. And he started dating and eventually found a woman who loved him just as much as he loved her. one decision to move with purpose, and his whole life began to move in a different way. And there's science behind what happened to John. When you deliberately move, you activate your body. You activate what's called the motor learning loop. In other words, I talked before about things that move together, wire together. This is kind of along the same lines. In other words, the circuits that are connected to movement connect to emotion and memory. And that's why moving differently can change the way that you feel. We call this a shift. If you want to talk about neurolinguistic programming, it's called a state shift. I talk about it from the perspective of altering what your body does changes the way that you think. Stand taller. Your brain interprets confidence. Your breathing lowers, in other words, the breath rate. Your nervous system hears that and says, we're safe. It's okay. Every purposeful movement sends a signal through your vagus nerve. That's your body's built-in mood dial, telling your brain, hey, it's okay to release tension. We can be balanced. We can reboot our focus. We're not chasing that saber-toothed tiger is not chasing us anymore. And that's how your body starts to believe what your mind has been wishing for. Most of us move on autopilot. We slump in our chairs. We clench our jaws, especially at night. We rush without breathing. Our breathing's really shallow. Our movement starts to reveal what our brains can't process. Deliberate movement interrupts that loop. You're saying, hey, wait a minute. I'm choosing to do something different. In that single moment, when you decide, everything rewires. It's mindfulness made physical. And you don't have to dance tango in the kitchen to find it. I personally like to do that, but you don't have to. You can stretch. You can sway when you're brushing your teeth. You can notice how you reach for your phone or your coffee mug or your keys. Are you rushing or are you reaching with awareness? Are you paying attention to what is going on in your body, around you, and what is it that you're intending to do? And this also helps a lot with walking into a room and forgetting why you're there. Having the intention of, I'm going to do this, and then thinking about that and implementing it through your body makes a big difference. I have a little exercise or reset. Let's call it the posture lift. So wherever you are, take a pause and just take a deep breath. And exhale. Now feel your feet on the floor. Feel what that's like. Now wiggle your toes. You feel them? You feel your weight drop through your body down into the floor? Another way to say it is, I feel all parts of my foot on the floor or through my shoes. Now, let your shoulders slide down a little bit. You're not pushing. You let them slide down your ribs. Think of it like butter melting down toward your ribs. And again, take a nice slow inhale through the nose and lengthen the spine. Think of it as the back. You put your hand on the back here and reaching up to that while still pushing into the floor. This gentle string lifting you here. Now exhale, but keep that lift. Notice how different you feel in the same room. Feel your body expanding into all that new space, to that quiet confidence that fills your body. This is your nervous system adjusting in real time. A 2-minute movement and your brain just logged a whole new pattern. Calm, confident, present, ready for whatever comes next. Do this a couple times a day, and it becomes your new default setting. So think of movement as mood medicine. Think of movement as your unprescribed medication. Hey, no copays, no side effects, just benefits. When you move, blood flows through your body. It feeds your brain like espresso for your neurons. They're neurotransmitters. If you want to know what they are, dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, they're in your body. They're the happiness trio, so to speak, that flood your system. You've heard of runner's high? That's exactly what's going on. All of those things are released. And the fun part is the effects start before your heart rate even rises. It's that quick start your brain's been craving all day. That's why even a single stretch, rolling your shoulders, or in my case, one mindful tango step can shift you faster than thinking about your way out of stress. So let's mix your midlife energy cocktail. As Bond would say, shaken, not stirred. Use awareness to rewire old patterns. That's a shot of neuroscience. Move in ways that signal through your vagus nerve, the nerve that calms you down. That's a splash of physiology. Change how you move to change how you feel. That's a twist of psychology. Do it because it feels good, not because it burns calories. It is, you can think of it as kind of like a garnish of joy. That's your recipe for vitality. Sip it daily, a couple times a day, turn up the music. So exactly what does it mean to move like you mean it? It means to feel at home in your body, not at war with it. To walk into a room and know you belong there because you do. To breathe like you trust life to meet you halfway. When John turned to the left, he wasn't just learning a new step. He was claiming his right to choose how he moved through life in body and spirit. So your invitation this week is pick one moment of the day to move on purpose. It could be you sit down, you stretch the way that you turn towards someone that you love. Before you move, pause and ask yourself, how do I feel? Then let the movement match the feeling. This is not exercising, this is communicating. You're reminding your nervous system who's in charge. In episode 14 and 15, we learned to listen and understand. Today, we turn that knowledge into motion. Movement is the bridge between awareness and action, between who you've been and who you are becoming. Each time you move like you mean it, you grow your brain. This is a new story, and your body listens and grows stronger and steadier and freer. So this completes the Body Trilogy series, Awareness, Understanding, Movement. Each one of them stands alone, but if you do them all together, or come back to each one individually. And please remember, this is your takeaway. Confidence lives in motion. Grace lives in pause between movement. And awareness, that lives in every choice to move that you have made. So for your next chapter, live in every intentional step you take. Go ahead, make a turn, breathe, move, let your body lead for once. It's been waiting for this all along. That's it for today. That's it for this reset. Grab your free gift, your midlife superpower, 5 simple power moves to feel like yourself again. The link is anagelesslife.com/superpower. Thanks again. Bye-bye.
I'm Michelle Abraham, founder of High Vibe Podcast Network, and we're honored to have Diana Debbie's show, Midlife Reset, as part of our network family. For more inspiring shows like this one, visit highvibepodcastnetwork.com. And don't forget to grab your free gifts from our hosts in the gift vault. Stay high vibe and keep sharing your life.